Hi everyone, Mark here. You obviously know my voice, can't see my face, but maybe in a second you will. But anyway, I'm thrilled. Leah and I are both so excited about having an event here out at Whitehall, beautiful Whitehall, and hosting you for this unique Oktoberfest half marathon. Obviously the ultimate goal is safety. It's always been that way, but particularly in this pandemic, with some new protocols, we're even that much more cautious about staying on top of safety. What you're looking at right now is the parking area. I'm looking east, northeast, away from the vineyard, but all along this grass to my left side, which as you're approaching here, you'll be coming from 810. You'll be parking with two wheels off the road, parallel to the road here. And then the starting area, the actual start line, is right down this gravel road. To be well marked with a mat because obviously it's chip timed. We're asking that you please don't show. You can show up and warm up, but don't cross that starting mat until your time, and in the 10 minutes after that time. You don't have to start exactly at that time. First thing is masks on as you get out of the car. And please do not drive on Sugar Hollow Road. You see that in the email instructions. We're trying to keep all the traffic off of there. That was a big issue with the three bridges marathon, half marathon. And that includes spectators. Everyone's going to be parking up here. Spectators, I'm sorry to say, will have to walk down to the bottom or ride a bicycle. But everything needs to be parked up here to keep everything off of the road there, because you're going to be on both sides of the road, and it's a wide enough road, but with the pandemic particularly, we just try and keep people as separated as possible. Anyway, masks on, even when you get out of as you get out of the car, masks are on, and you warm up with your masks on, and until you actually get over to the right to the start area, you still masks are on. You take them off. I'll give you some instructions there, and off you go down the hill. And like I said, if you're, let's say your time slot is 6:40, you get on the starting line any time from 6:40 to 6:49. If you're late, you obviously can start with another group, but we're trying to keep it to 10 per 10-minute slot for obvious reasons. It's right at a little bit before 7 o'clock right now, and of course we're still some days away from the event, so we're asking that 6:30, 6:40, and 6:50 folks bring a flashlight or wear a headlamp. We really think that's the prudent thing to do, because it's pretty dark. The first mile, as many of you run here before, it's pretty much gravel the whole way. You're going to be gently working your way down towards on Sugar Ridge Road towards Sugar Hollow. So you're going to be proceeding southwest, I guess. It rolls, but for the most part, especially the last quarter mile, it's straight downhill. And then at the bottom of the hill, you're actually going to be doing something we haven't done before. Almost everyone's used to turning right. We're going to turn left, and ultimately this will lead for a downhill finish later on, but you'll turn left, and I'll meet you down there, and we'll talk about that as we get down there. But this is, again, the starting area. You can see how beautiful it is. I love it here. And again, masks on until we actually get you across the starting line. We ask that you keep the mask with you the whole way till the finish line. And as you cross the finish line, we ask you to put them back on again. Dr. Wilder will be there with his team volunteering, and we want to keep everyone as safe as possible. And then obviously, I know it stinks, but it's the only way we could work it. We're going to have you either walk back up to your car or jog back up, a gentle run back up to the top. It was the only place we could get good parking. We didn't want to, somebody said, why don't we finish back up there? Well, you don't want to have a mile of climbing uphill at the end of your half marathon. We're trying to make this as fast, of course, as possible. All right, I'll talk to you in a second as we get to the bottom of the hill. Okay, here we are, somewhere around 0.9 miles into the first part of the race. It's been gravel the whole way. It kind of rolls, but for the most part, you're heading down kind of a decent descent the most of the way. I forgot to mention earlier that for your warm-up, after you arrive, if you want to warm up, which I would encourage you to do, since most of you have done long enough runs that afford that, meaning you've done 14, 15, 16 and up, you must warm up going eastwards or going back towards the way you drove in. If you warm up in the opposite direction and get on this gravel road, you'll trigger the mat and your time will start running, and your entire warm-up time will be added to your half marathon time. So not a good idea. So you've got to get out of the car and warm up in the opposite direction, going back Sugar Ridge. The brake cart's there on the left. That's a nice quiet place to warm up if you're going back in that direction. All right, so here we are at the end of the first mile. And again, like I said earlier, you're going to proceed left as you hit the bottom of the hill here. And for all of you, and I think most of you have either run out here, done your long runs, done workouts, or even time trials, as you know, this is a thinking person's course, in that it's gently downhill going eastward. So the direction will be turning left here, and then so heading back towards Whitehall, and then going right, going west, you'll be gently going uphill. So there's really a specific way to run this course, and to definitely, in your case, race this course. So here we are at the mile mark, and you're going to go left here, and you're going to proceed down Sugar Hollow Road going eastward to the 2 mile mark. You'll turn around at 2, and now you're gently coming back uphill. You'll come here again, right to this spot. You'll be at 3. Here the river is up today with the rain last night. And you'll be heading west now to 4 and 5. You'll turn around at 5. You'll be coming back 6, 7 to here. Going eastward again to 8 at the turnaround. And then coming back here to 9. Then proceeding westward uphill, 10, 11. And then you'll turn around and come 12. And you'll hit 13 right here. And your point 1 is down there just before our car is down there. So that's where Dr. Wilder will have his tent. We will have water stops. We'll have one probably down there at the finish line area. I can't decide exactly, or it may just be right here in this nice sandy area here. But regardless, it's self-serve, and you'll be able to hit that several times going out and coming back. And then there'll be a water stop down towards the other turnaround at the west end. So the other thing I want to remind you of, there's so many do's and don'ts, and I feel bad if you're like a teacher lecturing you or a parent lecturing you. But again, we want to keep it safe for all of you and have an enjoyable experience. But you always want to run against traffic. So please always drift running against traffic as you're going eastward. You'll be on the left side. Coming westward, you'll be on the left side going out there in that direction. So as I said earlier, the Charlottesville Track Club's primary goal every time is to obviously have you have an enjoyable experience, but they also want you always to be as safe as possible. And again, in this pandemic era, we're just being a little extra cautious. So your masks are off during the run, but we ask that you put them back on again as you finish up. And Dr. Wilder will again be down there. I'm hoping, knock wood, we don't have any need for him. So does he. In the truest benevolent sense, but he'll be here, and he'll have someone out on the course riding a mountain bike back and forth. So again, going away from the dam, heading eastward, fast. Going west towards the dam, slow. And about 30 seconds to 40 seconds per mile swing. So 30 seconds slower going towards the western part of the course, towards the dam, and about 30 seconds at least faster coming back. So take advantage of that. So if you're shooting for 8-minute pace, you'd want to be going downhill at about 7:40 pace, maybe a little bit quicker, and then heading back in the other direction, 8:10, 8:20, maybe even 8:30 pace, so that you're not burning fuel inefficiently. All right, so you've got written instructions. I ask that you please read them carefully. It's a lot of things to go over, but for a relatively small event, I think there'll be about 60 or 70, maybe 80 of you by the time it's all said and done. To me, this is one of the most beautiful places for a run. As people say, oh, it's back and forth so many times. Every time you turn around and come back, the light is different, and you're getting a different perspective. Oh, I forgot to mention, as you head back, you put your mask on immediately following the completion, and you'll walk from the finish line back up Sugar Ridge. I know it's a long climb, but again, logistically with parking, that's the best we could do. And so, and let's always be mindful of the residents and neighbors out here, as we always want to be good partners with our community. So, all right, everyone, I look forward to seeing you on Sunday morning, nice and early. Okay, let's have a good time. Bye-bye.